this time, we'll open for questions for Justin Lawler.
Justin, what's the biggest turnaround for the defense?
Well, I think we're all just playing really good football right now. I mean, we've all bought in. It really started in the off season. We knew after last year that where we were at wasn't going to cut it, and it really started in the off season. And we grew closer. We built relationships with each other. And over spring ball, we got to work. And I was on the sidelines because of my thumb. And then over the summer, we just continued to grow closer, continue to work. And over the camp, we just continue to do the same thing. I mean, the plan to win doesn't change. And we weren't satisfied with where we were at last year, so we knew we had to come. We're going to have a big year this year. And especially with Matt, we knew we had to step up and play well, and everyone's playing well right now. But the biggest challenge is doing that for 12 weeks in a row. Anyone in the country can do that for 1-2 weeks and have 4 interceptions and do that. But can you do it for 12? That's where the biggest challenge is, especially when you play guys with TCU and Baylor and some of the high-powered offense in Houston that we have to play this year. So I think that's the biggest challenge. But we're playing well, so we just got to keep doing that.
How much have you benefited from the increased depth that you've been able to roll in this year?
Well, we benefited a lot. I mean, especially at the Leo position with Nick out. I think Coach released that earlier. We got those freshmen coming in depth. We have depth now at that position. But over across the D-line, it gives us, when we need breaks, it gives us breaks. Personally, I don't like taking a break. I send Coach Wyatt weekly, just trying to figure out where I can see more playing time and get on the field because I don't want to come out. That's just how I am. But the depth really helps us out when we need a break, and it gives the offensive line a different look and have to do more studying on the players that they play. I mean, I specialize in different things than Mason does, and Badajoe specializes better in things than I do. So it kind of gives it just a different little wrinkle for the offensive line to have to prepare for in the play calling.
He's listed as the starter for this week.
Yeah.
When you look at him on film, what does he do best? Why is he effective?
Well, he plays hard. I mean, he does his job, which is the main thing that Coach Wyatt looks for. Are you reliable? If you're not reliable, then there's no way that you're going to be put out there. His technique, he's a true freshman, so obviously his technique isn't all the way there, but he's still got 3 more years to learn all that. And he plays hard and he's reliable. I mean, that's all you can ask for him to do. He goes out there and does his job. He had a sack last week, which is really good. And I mean, he does what you ask him to do and goes to work each and every day. So other than that, you can't really say anything different about him.
How much do the young guys like Badajoe rely on you and the other upperclassmen for pointers and guidance as opposed to just going straight to the coaches?
Yeah. The coaches are always busy, especially during a game or during preparation. They always ask what I think and, what Mason thinks if they're an inside guy. Or Dion does a great job, and Zell's stepped up too. But it's really big that we share the information, especially I'll take Dimrick for instance. Every week, as soon as I come off the field, he's in my ear. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are they doing with their hands? Are they coming off? Are they soft? Do they let you get inside? Just a bunch of stuff so that way when they go out on the field, they already know and they don't have to figure that out themselves. So it just gives them a slight advantage, and especially in preparation, like how are we planning to attack. And so that way in the future when we're gone, they already know that stuff and they can continue to build on the platform that we've set in. So it's huge for us.
Defensive line standpoint, what concerns you the most about TCU?
Kenny Hill, containing him. He's a very dynamic player, and when he wants to pull it down and run, he's very dangerous. He makes a lot of people miss. I haven't watched a whole lot of them yet. I watched a little bit last night, and then I got some sleep this morning. But he can throw, he can run, he can pretty much do it all. And when you get there, getting to him is only half the battle. Then you got to get him down. So there's an extra step to the process in the sack regards. But they do a lot of empty too, so you have to be aware of the QB draw and stuff. So he's an all-around athlete, and we got to have a good plan for him. I mean, he's gotten better. I mean, I can't really tell you about 2 years ago. I don't really remember much. Honestly, I'm just being honest with you. But I mean, he's a good player, and we just got to have a plan for him. So.
You say, obviously he can throw, he can run. How different is he when you look at him compared to Boykins that you saw last year?
I mean, I don't really see too. I'm not a quarterback evaluator. I mean, I can evaluate offensive linemen because that's more of what I focus on. But I mean, to me, they have the same attributes. He can throw, he can run. He's very dangerous. We're gonna have a little bit of a different plan because obviously he has better strengths and weaknesses. They're different strengths and weaknesses than Trevon did. But really, I see him kind of more or less as the same guy. They're both extremely dangerous, and that's what matters to me.
All right, you studied the offensive line. What's different about that group compared to what you saw last year?
They're a little bigger. I think they're a lot bigger actually inside, and they're both tackles. They move well. They're really good with their hands, and they can move well. They get beat, and they can have time to recover because they've got such good feet. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to have the plan, a personal plan on pass rush. They throw the ball a lot, so we'll have a lot of opportunities to get to the quarterback. Hopefully, get some sacks and disrupt Kenny. Maybe that'll help our secondary out a little bit. That's playing really good football right now. But we just got to have a good plan. They're very athletic, and they play hard, so it's a good group.
You saw a tackle from Liberty who was listed at 355 pounds.
Yeah.
Would you rather see a line in front of you that's big or quick and athletic?
Well, I would like to see him big, like that guy. I mean, I'm more of a speed rusher, so I can more or less run around guys better than I can run over them. So that's just my preparation in an offensive lineman. But either way, it has its own challenges and advantages to it. So either way, I would like a bigger guy personally, though.